And let me tell you something. You got a little Charles Barkley.
Summers ago. That's crazy. Two summers ago.
Hey, did you guys see when she put her shoulder into the girl's chest?
Put it
Little Charles Barkley.
Like,
that's very impressive.
Like that is crazy. I'm like, wow, I've come a far way.
Well, damn, you're Bruce since then, huh? Dang it.
I know. So physical. It was like you hit a girl and you didn't even have to hit her. I was like, why'd you hit her?
Them boards. Yo, I was like, yo, she lives there. She lives there.
I love it. All right. Welcome to the Bantu Boyz Podcast. I'm your host, Blake Owisa. We're the podcast that highlights Congolese talent all throughout the diaspora and other Africans in the diaspora. Julian, introduce yourself, please, sir.
Welcome to the Bantu Boyz. Very excited to have you on board with us. So Julian Chikuna, comedian, actor, part of the Bantu Boyz.
And our manager,
Patrick Delbanza.
Holla. And today we got a real special guest. I'm so hyped. I'm a fan of hers. She goes to one of the best universities ever. So let me read a short bio, then we'll introduce her. In the native language of Chiluba, today's guest, her name means problem, which is appropriate because she's exactly what she's doing to opposing teams in her freshman season as a forward on the women's basketball team at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. As a Tar Heel, she led the ACC in offensive rebounds with 4.13 per game. Now you got 4 boards a game? That's fire. Was named ACC Freshman of the Week of November 18th after averaging 13 points and 12 rebounds in wins over Navy and Charleston and Southern. Averaged 12 rebounds? All right, led UNC in field goal percentage at 58% and had 5 double-doubles during the season. Not bad for the St. John College High alum who led her high school to a 32-2 record as a junior. Now, as she hones her skills and prepares for the upcoming season, there is no doubt that she will continue to make her indelible mark in her family's basketball legacy. It is our pleasure to welcome to the podcast, Malu Tshitenge.
Yeah.
Tshitenge. All right, I was close. All right, give it up.
Yeah.
You averaged 12 boards?
Wait, what did you say?
You averaged 12 boards that week?
Yeah. That was
Julian. Yeah.
No, I was freshman of the week that week. I remember that. Yeah, I was freshman of the week.
Awesome. So look, tell us about yourself. So, basketball is in your family business.
Yeah.
Why did you choose basketball? Why not, we're Congolese. Why didn't you choose football, soccer?
So, I chose basketball because, it was just, I played tennis a lot for probably 5 years. Kind of wanted to move away from that. I was tall. I was probably 6 foot in the 7th grade. And
wow.
I was what am I doing playing tennis when there's a sport out here, basketball, I can be playing with this height God bless me with. So I'm just all right, I think basketball's the move. I told my dad, he wasn't really with it because he's kind of spent a lot of time with us in tennis and all that stuff. But he later on supported, because he played basketball growing up as well, with his brothers and stuff. But he's the type, he wants to be different from his brothers. That's why our last name is his first name. And he wanted us playing tennis.
Oh.
He wanted us to be different. He didn't want us to be the same as the rest of his family. So we did tennis, and then at some point I played both. I don't like tennis. So I continued on in basketball, and that's where it got me here.
I know we talked about it off camera, but when did you start playing basketball? Just so people know.
Yeah, I started in 6th grade, so that was probably 2012, 2013. Yeah.
So Patrick, we're old, man.
Yeah, no, we are, man. I just stopped looking at people's ages on the
I know, right?
I'm just ugh.
No, but in the preview, you have really good fundamentals. I know tennis had to play a part because you had good, you were left hand on the left side, good feet work of reverse pivots and stuff like that or whatever. So I know tennis probably had to play a part, right?
Tennis had a huge part of that. Tennis pretty much kept me and my sisters out of the house, sitting down watching TV all the time. It kept us doing something, being active all the time, and not just eating snacks and playing around with our friends, pointless stuff. But Yeah, it pretty much kept us active, like footwork, all that stuff. Like we did like backhand, forehand. You guys know all that stuff. Like one,
Yeah.
it taught us to be strong with our left and all that. So that pretty much helped a lot. Footwork was huge. Footwork was a lot too.
So once you started playing basketball you said 7th grade, right?
Sixth grade.
Grade or whatever. How often did you immediately just join AAU, or did you like how did you make that transition?
Yeah, so I had a friend. So when I was in 6th grade, I met someone. She was like, "Oh, you should join my AAU team," or what. I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll join it." So she gave me her dad's number. I gave it to my mom. I told my mom about it. She was like, "Yeah, sure, we should go check them out." Checked them out probably like a couple days later, and all that. That was like it was bad. Like it was bad. I couldn't even make a layup. Like it was just bad.
Wow.
It was really bad. So, but like at the same time, like that coach welcomed me, the players welcomed me, helped me feel comfortable. So that was the biggest thing. Like I felt like a family atmosphere. That was
Right.
the biggest thing playing basketball. Like you're playing with your sisters. So that's about it.
Oh, okay. Let me ask this one more question, guys, before we go on. Why did you choose North Carolina?
Good question. So I mean, I chose Carolina mostly because like distance-wise, it's about 4 hours from my house, and like so I took a unofficial visit, I took an official visit, and I just loved it. Like the campus, like the vibe, the atmosphere, and it was just like I felt like it was perfect for me. And like they have a great business school. That's my major. I'm a business major, so they have like a top 5 business program in the country. So I'm just like, that's big. UNC's huge on academics. I'm like, that's big too. And like they weren't really good. I mean, they were good at basketball, but like it wasn't like top notch like UConn, stuff like that. So I just wanted to go somewhere where I can help build that program up.
Okay. What other schools were interested in you, or did you visit with?
My final 2 was Notre Dame and UNC, but it came out of like,
Irish.
yeah, it came out of like I had about at least 22 offers. That was a really tough process. Like I didn't expect it to be that stressful, but I dropped it down to 2. Like it went from like 7 to like straight to 2. Like
Patrick, Julie, I'm sorry. Let me ask you this. You started basketball late. When did it hit when you were like, okay, I'm good?
So I got my first offer when I was the summer of 8th grade going into 9th grade.
Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, I got my first offer from Maryland, University of Maryland.
So wait, so in those 2 years from 3rd to 8th grade, you just made a huge jump in your skill? Like you just figure it out, the training, and how to play?
That was so my team, we played like 2 years up. So we were like in the 7th, 8th grade playing against high schoolers. So that's like, and I was on a team like with a great group of girls. I don't know if you know a girl, AZ Fudd.
Oh yeah, I saw her name come up a lot when we were looking at it.
Yeah, so I played basketball with her since like the 8th grade. So like as soon as I joined her team, that's when like our team got so much attention because we were filled with talent. We were a talented group of girls playing against high schoolers, and like coaches coming to our games and all that, like talking to our head coach and all. So that's what really like boosted it, and like it really helped my game a lot because her dad was an amazing coach. So he was one of the biggest like people who like helped really grow my game. It was both her mom and her dad who happened to be our coaches. So they really helped like boost my game to like a whole nother level. So
was one of them the coach at St. John's?
Yeah. So her dad was our assistant coach at St. John's.
Okay. So was he your AAU coach and your assistant basketball coach at your school?
Yeah, he was my AAU coach and he was my high school assistant coach.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
You guys want to go to the next one, Julian?
Yeah, so you guys have talked already about the tennis, the basketball. Is it true that your dad was trying to make you and your sister Biamba the Congolese version of the Williams sister?
Yeah, pretty much. So we have a tennis court like in our neighborhood. So our dad would take us like if we didn't have tennis practice, which was like 20 minutes from us, we would be here in our neighborhood tennis court playing basketball, playing tennis there, practicing. Like we would be there for about 2 hours, and there would be like guys in the basketball court just like yelling, saying "Serena and Venus, Serena and Venus," that, and it would just be funny. Like my dad loved Serena and Venus, like he loved, love.
That's a great story.
Yeah, he would say that. So.
That's crazy.
I'm going to make it happen.
Wait, how tall is your sister?
So my older sister is like 5'11". She became more like the taller side. She like her and my younger sister got more of like the short, not short, but like short for our
Wow, how dare you? I'm 5'11". What you mean short?
I'm short, like short for our family.
Yeah. I was like, I feel I'm 5'11". I think I'm kind of no.
Yeah.
And that would have been crazy because especially if you're able to make it in you're making it in basketball. If you guys would have made it in tennis, I wonder what kind of cause and effect that would have had in our culture, right? Because I think there's one Congolese guy that plays tennis. He's half out of France, right? Julian, do you know him?
Is it which one?
I don't know. There's a Congolese player that plays tennis professionally, but he's half Congolese and half French. So I wondered if you guys would have like at least even played because there's no like tennis. Like you can go pro like 16, right?
Gaël Monfils, I think you're talking about.
Yeah. That's his name. Yeah. Hey, Malu, in tennis, do you know if you can go pro early, right?
Yeah, you can go pros like 15, 16.
Crazy. That's crazy. Patrick, you want to hit that next question?
Yeah. So just wondering. I mean, obviously we talked about a lot of people playing basketball in your family. So just wondering who in your families had like the most influence on your game.
I would say my dad's oldest brother.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Elo. Like he's the oldest brother out of like all of them. Like there's a whole bunch of them, but he's the oldest one. He's the one that like taught Dikembe, like all his siblings. So if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be no big Dikembe Mutombo, nothing like that.
Sounds about right in the African family. The oldest brother is the one who like
right.
dictates some stuff.
Yeah. So he's been like the biggest influential like person in my game. Like he's a coach, he's a father figure, he's an uncle, he's like everything. Like he comes to my games and like it's just like after the games it's just like nonstop.
And he hooped in college too, right?
Yeah, I don't know where he went, but he was way better than Dikembe. He was
What happened?
Wait, did he play? No, go ahead, Patrick. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm saying, what happened then? How come he didn't end up in the league?
Tore both his ACLs and like other stuff. Like his knees were just done. Like they were so torn up. And like it was like back then there wasn't really that type of like technology that we have now. Kind of like training support, like recovery stuff. There wasn't really none of that. So it was just like, okay, are you hurt? Try to play it out. Try to do that.
Wow.
So that's it really.
Dang, that's crazy.
Did he play here or did he play back home?
No, so he played here. So I don't know.
I saw when I was looking it up. I know he played for
something Missouri. Mm-hmm. You can search him up and then you can find him.
Southern, I think it was Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles.
So yeah, okay. I think that's up. Because he has all these like all these stuff in his basement, and I just always forget.
Wow.
Yeah, he was at Southern Indiana. So.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. You know, I didn't even know that in the family that there was somebody that was better than Mutombo. You know, I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, because I know when he came, he just was like, I was trying to become a doctor, but he's 7 feet walking around. They're like, yo, get on the box. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get a hook shot or whatever. So how was your transition from like high school to college? High school ball to college ball, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So my high school, we were like, it was a very competitive high school. We were top 5 in the country, top 5 women's basketball in the country. So like we were like top notch, like elite program. Like it was a amazing program. Like they helped prepare us to get to college. Like we trained like we were college athletes. Like practice every single day, even Sundays, every single day. And like lifting, like after practices, it was like intense. So it was just like that transition into like college conditioning and like all that stuff. It wasn't that much of like that big of a shift because I was already really prepared for that. Like they helped like, prepare it. But of course, it was like different because I'm in college. But it wasn't like a brand new thing. Like I wasn't used to it. So like lifting was definitely different because I had to like lift more weights. I had to build more muscle because I couldn't be that skinny girl anymore because I'm playing against like future WNBA players. So I can't be that scrawny girl. So I had to like build like more like muscle. I was lifting more. And like I would say game wise, just like playing against bigger competition. Like playing against like girls that are my height, playing against girls that are thicker than me, stronger than me. Because you couldn't really find that when I was in high school. There wasn't that many girls my height. There wasn't that many girls really strong. But they were good, but they weren't really like strong or like tall. But like playing in college, it was just like, whoa, I gotta build my weight up. So
Right.
yeah.
Malu, let me ask you this: is there like a Oak Hill Academy equivalent or a Spy? Is it Spy? You know that school in Florida? Is it Spire? Yeah, those are like kind of like the Patrick and Julie. Those are like schools that it's like you go there, all you do is you hoop. It's all. It's like a bridge to the NBA, pretty much, or a top notch college. Is there any women's equivalent of that?
Like a lot of women's schools have to do with like academics and sports, but I know some Florida schools like IMG Academy. Yeah, I know for women, I know that's a sports school. Like it's like pretty much sports school. People don't go there for their academics; they go there for sports. So what I know of is IMG. That's pretty much what I know of.
When you were training in high school, and playing AAU in high school, were you traveling across the nation? Like, were you going to tournaments in Pittsburgh, LA, the Bay?
Yeah. So we were traveling like Arizona. We were traveling like Philly, New York. So I would say Arizona was the farthest that we went. We went to Arizona probably every year. We were there for like a week. Yeah, we were there. Yeah, and then Philly, Jersey, New York, pretty much all along like the East Coast, pretty much. But besides that, just Arizona and.
Okay. Yeah, Julian, go ahead, brother.
So like what were the mistakes that you acknowledge and you fixed along the way?
So like in my game or
in your game,
mistakes.
She's like, I'm flawless. I have no mistakes.
No, I got mistakes. I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but something I really need to grow is just my confidence. Like playing basketball all the time, like I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna rebound, put it back, lay up, robot. So I just need to learn to be confident in growing my game some more, handle the ball, shoot the ball. Like I'm just so really used to being so close to the basket, rebounding, putbacks, and all that like if I'm on the outside, I'm just like, ooh, I should shoot it. No, like I just overthink too much.
Sure.
I just need to grow my game a little bit more to the point where if I get it top of the key, I'm gonna knock it down. I'm not gonna think. Like I'm just gonna go.
Remember we talked off camera about The Last Dance. Do you remember when that reporter told Jordan before Game 6, he was like, "What if you missed the shot?" And Jordan grabbed his cigar and looked at him crazy. He said, "You think I'm worried about missing a shot I didn't fucking take?" I was like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? You got to take that chance."
Yeah.
And we didn't write this on the list. I'm just thinking about it right now, just hearing you talk. Like, you play like a pre-Warriors type of game. Like, you play close to the basket, right? Or pre-analytics. Do they talk to you guys in college? Like, you don't give any secrets or anything like that, but have you heard coaches tell their bigs, like, no, you got to shoot the three? Is it different in college? Like, you got to space the floor? Is it?
So my coaching staff this year, it was their first year. So like we got a whole new staff. So like her type of stuff for us bigs is like she doesn't really limit us. Like she lets us, like if we're confident, she says do it. But if we're not confident, she says if you're not confident, don't do it. So she really helps us like build our confidence. She says like go, like run the floor, like don't wait for anybody, run the floor, like and try to be open. Like she really looks out for us and like make sure like us bigs like we get the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is an advantage if you're bigger, stronger, and you have good feet work around the rim. Yeah. That is an advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Patrick. I'm sorry.
No problem. And I think you pretty much answered, because I was going to ask you next about your goal for your sophomore year in terms of your game, but I think you started to touch on that. So now we got to ask a question for the parents. How are those academics?
I'm great. I mean, I'm doing great. Like growing up, like my mom was like huge on like academics. Like probably during the week, it was like no TV during the week, only on weekends.
Oh, your parents did that too, huh?
Okay.
No TV during the week. Phones. We probably didn't even. We really didn't even get phones till like middle school. So like it was lots of like reading. Like she went like she took us to our library, to our local library all the time. Like she would sometimes just drop us off there, and we had to be in the library probably for a while. And we like she was huge on our academics, like huge. Like me and my siblings, I don't think any of us have ever gotten like a D or a C. If we've gotten a C, it'd probably be like one C, but pretty much.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you too many C's, you'll be back in Ken.
And you made it to the what is it? They put you on, was it the ACC all academic team or something? I know I'm saying the name wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put me on that. Yeah.
What was your GPA?
Hey, don't put it on blast like that, fam.
No, we were Congolese. What's your GPA?
Oh, it wasn't that good. It was like a 3.2.
You need to work harder.
Yeah.
Why aren't you an engineer? I don't understand.
Yeah, right.
Doctor, engineer.
Doctor, no, never.
You kind of hinted on it. You said your degree is going to be business administration?
Yes.
Okay. What do you plan on doing? What do you plan on doing with that?
I don't know. So with the business school at like UNC, they don't really like make you pick like a certain emphasis, like say, oh, you have to do accounting or finance. No, like they give you the option to kind of take every little piece of every every emphasis, and you have to major in business. You don't have to major in like a specific course.
Would you think about getting an MBA?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
She's like, I'm trying to get buckets. This guy's asking me about MBA.
Why not? I mean, why not?
Okay. Oh, you know what?
Actually, before we go to that, the question is though: is your degree, this business administration degree, is it approved by your parents? Is it Congolese parent approved?
It is. Even my uncle approved of it too. He was like, "Oh, that's a good major. I have a lot of friends on Wall Street, all that stuff." I said,
"Oh, okay."
Daliko Salambongo, me.
Okay. Nobody was like, "We need a doctor in the family."
They have.
Ikembe was supposed to be a doctor.
Yeah. But we have a couple. Like, I know some of my cousins want to do like physical therapy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Close.
That's good. I mean, we know we need people in business, so that's really good. The fact that that's good. So
and it's great that your parents approve. That's God, it's hard out here when they don't like it.
Oh yeah. All right, so right now we're gonna go for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with Malu.
For the news you want, for the information you need, there's only one group of boys. One Boys for News. Bantu Boyz News. On IG Live every Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and you'll figure out your time zone. Bantu Boyz News.
First of all, we're here with Malu from UNC Basketball. This is incredible. Fun fact, I went to Norfolk State in Virginia. So for one, which is like a small historical Black college, for spring break, I had a cousin that was at Duke. So I spent spring break there at Duke, and I was like, oh, this is like really, really great. And I remember one time, it was during like March Madness. I went to whatever side of Duke was or whatever. And you remember JJ Redick? Well, he's a professional, whatever, but he was like a big star at Duke or whatever. So I'm there or whatever, And I was like, oh, like everybody on one side of the town was all wearing Duke. I was like, what the hell is happening right now?
Yeah.
That pride in that city, because like you guys are in the same like city, right?
Yeah. Same city. They're in Durham. We're in Chapel Hill, but that's like a 5-minute like.
Yeah. It's too intense. Like it's way too intense. Like during that time of March Madness, it was too intense. It was like Bloods and Crips. It was just too much. Like, who is your favorite NBA/WNBA player, past or present? Do you have a top 5 or
NBA? Let's say LeBron. I like his game a lot. Let me move to the WNBA. WNBA, Maya Moore, Brianna Stewart, Elizabeth Cambridge. I'd say those are my top 3.
Did you say Maya Moore?
Yeah.
Her game is fire, by the way. It's so
yeah.
Man, what about do you like Candace Parker? But that's probably old. She's older though, right?
She is, but I think she said she's sitting out again. Was it her that said she was sitting out again? I think. Yeah. I haven't seen her game in a while.
Is she the one who's devoting it to deal with like what is it? I don't even want to misquote it, but like deal with some of this racist policies, criminal justice system stuff, or am I thinking of somebody else?
I think someone do it like that. I don't know.
I'm not sure because I know she's always on like TNT, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you say you like LeBron, Maya Moore. Is there any player you model your game after? Because I can tell you who I see when I watch your highlights and when I was watching your game. Like you're very, and not like male female, but very like because I watch more male basketball than I do WNBA. You're very Charles Barkley like, and Moses Malone. There's a lot of things, and these are like old school players you probably have to do research on or whatever. But like Moses Malone would miss a shot, he'll be able to get it back, and you're very physical.
Yeah.
You're not scared. Like, you're in there like you be hitting them.
Yeah. Yeah, like especially like being on a team with like our coaches, like they didn't take no bullshit. Like they said, "Are you really gonna like wimp out like that?" Like no.
Right.
They coached us to not be no like wimps, none like that. So.
Yeah, I could tell because like but here's the thing, like, when you said earlier about like taking the shot, when I saw you shoot your free throw, you have great form.
Yeah.
Like you should feel like you have like you right side of the which one your elbows are in. Like you have good form.
I'm better at that. Like sometimes my elbow like limps to the side a little bit, but
I just keep working on it. Just keep working on it because when I saw you like play in game and you're physical, I was like, okay, so she's a beast down there. What do you do to the free throw line? The fact that you have the form, I was like, oh, like you're good. You got the form.
I gotta work on it. That's my thing. That's my base. I gotta work on it.
You'll get that jump shot. You'll get it.
Yeah, you're straight. Patrick, you want to get number 7, and while Julian sets up.
Yeah, but actually, a little audible because I'm just wondering. Obviously, basketball family, and just wondering, it like in the in your division, are there any other Congolese players you come up against?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think I have one against any.
Oh, okay. Because I tried to look it up beforehand. There's some I don't think they're in the same division as you.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering. I guess what's your take? Because at least it seems like, and as Blako talked about at the beginning, we're Congolese, so and we're African, so soccer, football, obviously the rest of the world. That's the sport. But now you're seeing more and more people, Congolese folks, even back home, where more and more people are getting into basketball. And obviously your family is growing up, it was like, yo, the NBA, we have our brother, or our uncle, to give him a tumble playing in the league. So we have that. But now, I guess what's your take on like just more and more of us getting into it? And do you think there's anything that can be done to, I guess, increase like more of us getting into basketball and getting good at it and all that?
I think, there's a lot of Africans that play basketball, like just in general, from like different countries in Africa. So it's just like, I guess like there's a lot of programs with like the NBA getting guys from Africa to come here and play, but there's not that many like of them getting women in Africa to come here and like play. So it's that type of thing, like gender differences. There's not that many because all of them look at the NBA guys. Like you see the NBA, like they're increasing the amount of Africans that they have there. Like you see all these, you're just like, whoa, African, there we go. And there's a lot of Congolese too. Like I didn't know there are that many Congolese, but there are a lot. So
there's one African on one NBA team. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Especially for a continent that's like we're kind of new to basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy. We had I don't know if you heard of DR Congo basketball. So the guy that helps run the basketball program in Congo, we had him on the podcast maybe a month and a half ago or whatever, and he was like, you walk in Ken and it's just like you see a 6'4" Congolese kid that's like 14. You're like, yo, come play, and he's athletic. You know what I mean? I never thought about how come they don't do like a women's program of outreach, because I mean, there's like tall, athletic African women that are just walking around that play soccer, football, and they have good feet work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. But I mean, maybe Patrick, I'm gonna use your word, another audible. I mean, probably it's because like, and it's not, and it's, I mean, it's just a fact, like WNBA doesn't make that much, not even make money, but it doesn't generate as much interest as the NBA. So there's like all these different businesses that see like, oh, it's profitable. Like all these, because could you picture being a scout? Like the GM of Toronto, he was a scout in Africa before he got into the NBA. So you can just walk around Africa scouting kids. You know what I mean? Whereas for WNBA, it's like you can just do it here locally, like in the States.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Julian, you want to hit number 7? Is everything good?
What are your goals like in the sophomore?
My goals, like I said, is just my confidence. Like that's always been a big thing for me. Just not being afraid and not overthinking too much. Cause I tend to do that a lot. Like I overthink. Like, oh, if I take the shot, what if I miss? Then this, then this, then that. And I'm just like you said, like Michael Jordan said, like you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
You don't take, yeah.
Oh.
And it is weird. I'm telling you, Malu, you got it. Like to be a big and have a form. I mean, you know basketball. How many like bigs like you got the touch? I'm watching you on the free throw. You're good. You said your confidence. Do you ever think about like stats where you're like, oh, I averaged 13 and 12 that week. I want to average 15, or is it just like I just gotta play?
Sometimes, yeah. Like if I'm having a good game, then I'm just like, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's do better than last week. Come on, let's keep going. But if I'm having a bad game, I'm just like, all right, let's just like do a little better. Like, come on, like let's just do something.
I think, and I'm saying this like as an older brother. I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Julian. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm saying this as an older brother. I know to you, like, because you're like making us proud. I was watching something on Jordan, and Jordan was like, a psychologist was like, you know how everybody's doing this comparison, like who's the greatest and this, that, or whatever. And the one thing they said Jordan had was psychologically, he was always present, right? So like he didn't he didn't care about the last play. He doesn't think about the play next. He's just like, no, what's happening right now? So maybe that's something, you add to your game. It's just like, if you ever get down on yourself, and this is anything in anything you do. I know I do it as a comic, like always be present. You know what I mean? Don't worry about next or in the past. That can potentially help you out and will help you out.
Yeah.
What you call it? Patrick, get the next one.
Oh, okay. So just wanting everything with COVID and all that, because I think your season ended right before COVID really got bad here in the States before all the quarantine.
So ACC for women's, our conference had already finished. So it was next tournament time. So it kind of like ended like right in the middle of the guys' ACC play. So.
Oh.
Okay. So how's that? Oh, sorry. I was going to say, how's that affecting you now? I mean, I know you said, because you're not practicing right now, right?
No. We practice once we get back in like a couple weeks.
Okay. So have they already started talking to you about the precautions they're going to take or what they're going to do about games?
Yeah, so we had a meeting last week with our athletic director and like our athletics like doctor, like all these big people. They were just kind of talking about all the precautions, like how like as soon as those athletes get back, we're like getting tested. We're like not allowed to leave like we're not allowed to leave like Chapel Hill Durham area. Like we can't really go to like a different state. Or if we do, we gotta come back and get tested again. So like a lot with that, like. And I don't know how they're going to do with us working out, like if they're going to do different groups, like maybe some groups are on court, some groups are lifting. So they should be doing something like that, separating that. But with football, I have no idea.
Wait, Malu, let me ask you this. So since you guys weren't able to do March Madness, for you, like for the women and I mean for college, they're pushing it back, or is it just going to be there's not going to be a March Madness?
There's not going to be a March Madness. It's just like season's over. Like it's on to a new season now.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know why I haven't heard this on ESPN. I didn't know like so you and NCAA like the season there's no college basketball. Damn.
Yeah,
that sucks, man.
Yeah, and we have no idea if like when the season will start, if there will be one, what are the precautions, how many games. Like so far, they're thinking like just conference games. We're not gonna have any auto conference games. If the season will be starting in January, because that's when like our conference games usually start, January.
Right.
So they'll have it start earlier or they'll have it start later. But like they expect like the second wave of like the virus to like go on like November-ish, and that's like the start of our season. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
Right.
Like if we're gonna have fans, how many fans?
Right.
They're saying if there are fans, every fan has to wear a face mask. And I'm just like, wow, this is the new, this is the
new normal. Yeah. We apologize, fans. Julian's Wi-Fi got COVID. What's your call? Patrick, you kind of skipped this. I want to ask this, Patrick. We're here with Malu from North Carolina basketball, women's basketball. Who's the hardest player you had to go against? You know, that I know probably made you better, that you're like, yo, I have to like, this person's giving me work. It can even be somebody in high school. It could be somebody in your AAU. It doesn't have to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good one, though. I would say NC State. There's a girl, Alyssa Colane. She's like tall, athletic, and she's just like, it was just hard to do anything because like that game the ref called everything, so you couldn't even move one direction to kind of stop her because the ref will say, oh, it's a block, you gotta let her move. I'm just like, I gotta let her like make the move, like I have to do something, like like it was definitely her. Man, it was definitely her.
Okay. Hey, Patrick, can I do this audible? What's your pregame music? What's the music that gets you hyped? He's back.
I don't know. I think I'm weird, but like I'm not like a music person like before games. It's only sometimes, but like for like college, before games, I know I be doing homework before games.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good.
You sure you're not gonna become a doctor? I mean,
I don't know why, but I just like do homework before games because just to like relieve some stress off myself. Because I'm just like, don't do any homework. I'm just like, oh, after the game, I got all this stuff to do, blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
Look, come on, be an engineer. Think about it. I mean, you seem to be heading in that direction. Come on.
Just do it. You have the work ethic.
Yeah, I'm just like, homework before a game, huh? That is.
I don't know why, but homework. And like a little nap.
Oh, power naps are always the best. Yeah. What's called Julian? Do you want to do number 9? Can you see number 9, Julian? I think
he freeze. He might have
freeze. I think I think he still got COVID. Patrick, you want to do number 9?
Yeah. So for this upcoming season, are there any particular games or matchups you're looking forward to?
I'm just interested in like seeing like the new freshmen coming in and like any transfers or stuff like that. I'm just interested how like every school is gonna look like, how different they are from last year. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm not really looking forward to in particular like any team or player. But I'm just interested in like seeing like the new dynamics of different teams, like how their playing style changed from last year, if it's the same, and like if I'm going against those same players, like I can use what I learned last year and like use what mistakes I made last year against them and fix them now. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Hey, Malu, you know, I didn't Patrick. No, go ahead.
I was going to ask this one because one thing I saw, you know, obviously, and I've seen some of your interviews, you have this really great work ethic. Just like I remember your coach at UNC, the one thing she said, like, you know, when you show up to practice, you're not talking to anybody. You just go right to, you do your drills, whatever it is, you just get right to work. So I'm wondering where'd you get that work ethic from?
It definitely comes from my old AU coaches. Like I said, like they played no games. Like they really trained, they coached, they really like raised us well, pretty much. They just taught us like if you're like on the court, you gotta leave all that bullshit, like leave that all off the court. Like you're not there to chit chat, you're not there to play games. Like if you're on the court, it's strictly business. Like you go do your thing. That's it. That's what I really took from that, like growing up, like being coached by that kind of mindset. I kind of took that with me, and I'm still using that. So that's my thing.
That's great. It's you hinted on this earlier about you wanted to make your own name. Is that why you didn't go to Georgetown? Like to create the legacy? You're like, I'm gonna create my own path?
That was part of it, and like it was just too close to home. I just wanted to branch out. Like I've really been born. I was born and raised here in the DMV. I know everybody. Every corner I turn around, I see someone. I know them. I want to go somewhere where I don't know anybody. Nobody knows me, and just kind of like start out fresh.
The only problem is you're in North Carolina, so you're gonna run into a tonto or a tontine on the street.
Yeah. There's a gang of them in North Carolina.
Yeah, but like not really in Chapel Hill, because that's where I am. I'm in Chapel Hill. They're mostly in like Durham area. So yeah, I mean, I haven't run into any yet, but I mean, I have a cousin that lives like 15 minutes away from Chapel Hill, so I'm always with him sometimes. So.
Patrick, let me ask you this. I was looking. What were you guys ranked this year? What was your?
So I don't even know.
The quality of my networks, guys.
No, it's all right. You got the problem, man.
Yeah,
you know, your what you call your Wi-Fi's protesting. It's okay.
COVID went digital, man. It's hitting everything.
Yeah, so we kind of ended in like a rough patch. We like went on like a 8-game losing streak. It was just not it. I don't even know what we finished as, but I just kind of left that season. It was like a live and learn season. It was on to the next. Like I'm ready to start fresh.
Okay. That's fine. You're good. You're good, and you're gonna be great. So I'm not even worried. Do you plan on going pro?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like that's like my only plan. Like, of course, I have other plans. Like I want to do this, I want to do that, but it's not like pro. If I don't go pro, I have nothing else for me in life. Like, no, that's not my mindset at all. But yeah, pro would definitely be an option. Yeah.
Okay. If given the opportunity, would you ever play for the national team, whether it be FIBA or the Olympics? Would you play for the Congo team?
Yeah.
That's fire.
But like, don't you have to be born in Congo to play on it?
Not necessarily.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so.
I think for a lot of countries, they're like, yo, whatever. If you're good, come here. We're not trying to have these NBA dudes dunking on us all day.
Yeah, because like I know, for example, the what was it? There's an NBA player from LA. He's gonna play on the Nigerian national team.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, I can't play in the Olympics for the States. You know, America, it's stacked. I want to go to the Olympics. So Nigeria was like, come on.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that'd be really dope. You can bring more notoriety to the Congo team, and then you're playing for a powerhouse school. You know what I mean? Why not? In that exposure, that'd be great.
That is true.
I mean, go ahead, Patrick. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Actually, you already. I guess with the next one, So obviously everything with COVID-19, but unfortunately everything that happened, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and all that. Like, how are you feeling right now, like as a college athlete, with everything that's going on in the country with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just frustrating because it can happen to anybody. Like me being a student athlete doesn't mean anything. Like it means nothing. Like you can see me walking down the street and I can never know like when I will be home, nothing like that. Like it's just like it makes me like kind of feel like a little hesitant, like what is going on in this world? Like it's just really surprising to me, like how it's still going on. Like nothing's gonna is anything gonna change? Like all this protest and all this stuff, like can we get a change? Like people are speaking their voices, are like speaking out on something. Can anything change? So that's what I'm like really hoping for change, and like will it happen? Because it's been happening for so long, but will the change ever come?
I think this generation is there's something different in this generation where I think there's something occurring because this weird storm of the pandemic, unemployment, the protests. There's something that's happening where I think Americans, or actually the world, it's not even an American issue. It's like a world issue where it's just like people are just having enough. Like enough is enough. So hopefully, I think it will. You know, I'm hoping.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Something has to happen.
Pat, go ahead, Patrick.
So I was gonna say, I mean, with that, I mean, folks got time. You know,
yeah.
that's the thing. They got time now. You know, before, protests, they happen on the weekend.
Yeah.
Because everybody works during the week. We go through the protests, and then rah. Hopefully, we pick up something. We change a habit. We try to be a little more active after that, but every once in a while. But you're not going to every protest, and every protest isn't happening on the same weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But now we all got time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some people don't got work.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got nothing to do, so they got time to be on the street. So okay, we're gonna protest Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every day. I got time.
Yeah.
I got time to cause problems, to hem up resources with the cops, or like here in LA, shoot, they went and protested at the mayor's mansion. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. Yo, let me tell you something, Malu. Out here in LA, it's crazy, Pat. It's like the '92 riots. Like it's here, like
it's the other side of Pico.
Yeah, it's like in the rich parts. It's not even in the hood. It's like the rich parts. It's like the LA riots. It's pretty wild. But we're here with Malu from North Carolina. I want to thank you so much again. This has been a great interview, Malu. Like we said, we're like very proud of you, and like we're honored to like have you on the podcast and just like keep working and keep doing what you're doing. We do ask this question. Patrick, do you have any more questions before I get to the final question?
I'm trying to think. You know, I don't really think I think we cover it all. I mean, the only thing I would just echo, like, hey, keep it up. You know, I'm like just really proud of what you're doing. You're an example.
Yeah.
To other people out there, especially like, we did our interview with, Coach Niembo, the one who runs that program. And, you're doing your part and, your legacy, but showing other people, hey, basketball can be a means for you to change your life, get an education. Because, I mean, look at you at, outside of sports, UNC has an amazing academic program.
Amazing.
So even if, God forbid, but hey, fingers crossed, you're going to get in the WNBA. But let's say it doesn't go that direction. You got an amazing degree from an amazing university, and the connections that you're going to have from there. Either way it goes, you'll be better off. And people seeing you and doing what you're doing. Because, one of the things I do, I run a page, Congolese YouTubers, where, we promote the culture. And, in our circles, people know you. They see you. Because, unfortunately, as you kind of pointed out, there's not as many Congolese women, African women, but Congolese women getting recruited as much. They are out there. There are other, female basketball players, Congolese basketball players out there. But, so you're just serving as just like a beacon just to show like, hey, you can take your athletic ability and make something of your life.
Well said. So this last question, Malu, what is your spirit animal? Like, what's an animal that you either share the characteristics of or you wish you had? Like for me, it's a Black Panther. Like, or I wish I could, because they eat their food. They're the only cat that eat their food in the tree. And Patrick is a falcon because he oversees everything. Right?
I would say, I don't know. Like, I used to be obsessed with zebras, so I would say a zebra.
Why zebra?
I mean, like, it's just like it's so beautiful. Like, its pattern, it's like different. It's like so unique, and that's what people like really describe me. I'm like very unique. You don't see a zebra anywhere, and like you can't like get a zebra anywhere. So it's just like I'm like one in like a million. Like you can't really find me anywhere. So
Sure, nobody said it. You're the first person I heard a zebra. That's interesting.
really,
Yeah. First person said
zebras, like birthday parties. I used to get like a zebra pin on my face and everything.
oh, right, okay.
I got pictures and all that. A whole zebra.
So zebra's your thing.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, zebras. I don't knock that. Hey, zebras. People don't realize how big a zebra is.
Yeah.
That's a big horse. You know what I'm saying? A huge ass horse.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said,
I just actually a question has popped up in my head. I forgot it. If I just throw it in there.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So Malu, I know you talked about business and everything like that. So way down the line, post basketball career, given that what you talked about, for instance, where there's just a lack of recruitment for female players, would you ever be an agent or a manager or anything like that to kind of help further the cause of
like, even if not playing the sport, I still want to be involved in the sport. Like I still want to change it. Like even without me like actually like playing the sport, like I just really want people to like get that type of experience that I had. Like I want to get people to get the opportunities that I had to kind of grow. So that's what I'm really thinking. Like I still want to be involved in the basketball world because like basketball will forever be there, but like I don't really have to play it. I can use it in a whole different way.
All right. Ooh, okay. Well, we come to the end of this podcast. Once again, we apologize about Julian and his COVID Wi-Fi. But where can people follow you, Malu, so they can make sure they're watching all of your games once the season starts and they can watch your career? Where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at only Malu with 2 U's.
Excellent. You can follow me, Baleko Ziza Wisa. You can follow me on Instagram. You can make sure you follow the Bantu Boyz, like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Julian came right in time. You can follow my other podcast, was the Hug Podcast. And Julian, where can people follow you?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Where can people follow you?
On social media?
Yeah.
Okay, Chickens at GR right there. Chickens on Instagram. And same one on Facebook. So you guys can follow me at Chickens GR Junior.
Excellent. And Patrick, where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram, Congolese.YouTubers and African.YouTubers. So we promote Congolese culture as well as the African diaspora.
Excellent. And one thing I just wanted to tell you, Malu, as well. Like, I don't know when we'll post this podcast episode, but when we do, we're gonna tag you throughout the whole week with little clips. So if you see us bothering you or annoying you, it's just we're just tagging you on these episodes or whatever. So we really appreciate this, Malu, and we want to wish you much success for the upcoming season and the rest of your basketball career.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Oh no, you're welcome. And next time, you guys, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much. Merci.